On September 3, 2025, the world turned its attention to Beijing. The city hosted a grand military parade. It marked the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II. In China, this is Victory over Japan Day. But this was more than a historical commemoration. It was a crafted display of China's modern power. The parade sent a message to its own citizens and to capitals around the globe. It declared China sees itself not just as a major player, but as a central one with military might to match. A $5 billion spectacle, projecting strength, confidence, resolve. The date is significant. China emphasizes September 3rd to frame its narrative of struggle and triumph. The parade embodied Xi Jinping's China dream. A vision of national rejuvenation washing away the century of humiliation, restoring China to the place its leaders envisioned. Scale and cost underscored its importance. An investment in national pride, diplomacy or intimidation. The heart of Beijing, Tiananmen Square, was transformed into a massive, open-air theater for this national drama. The location is laden with symbolism. It is the political and cultural center of the People's Republic of China. The place where Mao Zedong first declared the founding of the nation in 1949. To hold a parade here is to connect with that legacy. The organization was a feat of logistical precision. For weeks, parts of the city were locked down for rehearsals. The government mobilized hundreds of thousands of people, soldiers, civilian performers, security personnel to ensure every detail was perfect. The sky was a carefully managed shade of blue, parade blue, achieved by shutting down factories for hundreds of miles around. Attendance was strictly by invitation only. The general public was kept away. They were told to watch the flawless broadcast on state TV. The stands by the Gate of Heavenly Peace were filled with a selected audience, high-ranking CCP members, military veterans, model workers, representatives from ethnic minorities. This curated crowd was meant to show a unified, supportive nation. Security was immense and suffocating. Drones were banned, internet access was restricted, an army of police and volunteers patrolled every street. The parade began with solemn ceremony. A 70-gun salute boomed across the square, each shot representing one of the 70 nations that participated in the Allied victory. The national flag of China was raised as the national anthem played, a moment of orchestrated patriotism. Then, President Xi Jinping emerged. Standing in a custom-made red flag limousine, he inspected the troops lined up along Chang'an Avenue.
Hello, comrades. Comrades, you have worked hard.
The troops in perfect unison thundered back. Hello, Chairman. We serve the people.
This ritual reinforces the military's personal loyalty to the leader and the party, not just the state. Following the inspection, President Xi delivered his keynote address from the same rostrum where Mao once stood. His speech, broadcast to the nation and the world, set the tone for the entire event. He spoke of China's peaceful intentions, but also of its unwavering resolve to defend its sovereignty. The first part of the procession was the troop march. Over 15,000 soldiers marched with a unique goose-stepping style, their legs swinging high. Male soldiers, female soldiers, World War II-era uniforms, modern special forces, UN peacekeepers. The sheer discipline on display was mesmerizing. A visual metaphor for unity, discipline, and collective power. The grand finale unfolded on the ground and in the air. The flypast concluded with colored smoke trails painting the sky in red and yellow, a final, powerful image of national pride. The 2025 parade was most notable for the advanced military technology it unveiled to the world. At the top of the list were the missiles. China showcased its full spectrum of ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, a clear signal of its strategic deterrent capabilities. The star of the show was the latest variant of the DF-41 Intercontinental Ballistic Missile, or ICBM. This road-mobile missile is believed to be capable of striking any target on the continental United States, carrying multiple independently targetable warheads. Also prominent was the DF-17, a hypersonic glide vehicle launcher. This weapon is designed to be nearly impossible for current missile defense systems to intercept, giving China a significant strategic advantage in any potential regional conflict. Drones, robots, unmanned systems featured more heavily than in any previous parade. This demonstrated the PLA's rapid advancements in autonomous warfare. A formation of sharp-sword stealth attack drones designed for penetrating sophisticated air defenses was a major highlight. Reconnaissance drones, unmanned underwater vehicles were also present. Perhaps most unsettling for military planners in other countries was the debut of quadrupedal robotic dogs. These robots, shown equipped with automatic rifles on their backs, pointed to a future where autonomous systems could play a direct combat role on the front lines, a chilling glimpse into the next generation of warfare. The list of international guests who attended the parade was as telling as the list of those who did not. Leaders from countries with close political ties, economic ties, military ties. Russian President Vladimir Putin was a prominent guest, a visual representation of the deepening strategic partnership between Moscow and Beijing. Also present were leaders from Belt and Road partner countries in Asia, Africa, Latin America. Their attendance was a nod to China's growing economic influence. Small military contingents from Pakistan and Cambodia marched, symbolizing a growing military fraternity. Equally significant was the absence of major Western leaders. The heads of state from the United States, the United Kingdom, France, Germany, and other key NATO members declined to attend. Their absence was a silent but powerful statement of disapproval. Within China, the atmosphere was one of carefully managed and intensely promoted patriotism. State-controlled media ran wall-to-wall coverage filled with stories of national sacrifice, technological prowess, and the wisdom of the party's leadership. The parade was presented as a moment of collective triumph for all Chinese people. On social media platforms like Weibo, heavily censored hashtags related to the parade trended for days. The prevailing mood cultivated by the state was awe, pride, confidence in the nation's trajectory. The parade also offered a look at China's progress in more exotic next-generation weaponry. While details were scarce, state media hinted that some of the systems on display included mobile laser air defense systems. These are designed to shoot down drones, missiles, and even aircraft with directed energy beams. There was also speculation about electronic warfare systems capable of jamming enemy communications and disabling satellite guidance. While these systems are harder to display visually in a parade, their inclusion in official commentary was a deliberate message to rivals that the PLA is competing on the cutting edge of military technology, moving beyond traditional kinetic weapons into the realms of light and electromagnetism. Finally, the advancements in air power were unmistakable. The J-20 Mighty Dragon stealth fighter, China's answer to the American F-22 and F-35, was featured prominently. But this year, it was accompanied by the new J-35 carrier-based stealth fighter, intended for China's growing fleet of aircraft carriers. This aircraft signals Beijing's ambition to project air power far from its shores. Also on display was the Y-20 transport aircraft in an aerial refueling variant, a key component for extending the range and loitering time of its fighter jets. Together, these new aircraft show a clear strategic shift from a historically defensive force to a military capable of sustained offensive power projection across the Indo-Pacific region. Ultimately, the 2025 Victory Day Parade was a multifaceted message. For China itself, it was a powerful affirmation of its success. It told the Chinese people that their country is strong, secure, respected on the world stage, and that the Communist Party is the sole guarantor of this status. It was a celebration of the China dream, showing that the vision of national rejuvenation is not just a slogan backed by steel and fire. The parade was a tool to foster unity, legitimize the leadership of Xi Jinping, inspire a new generation with a sense of national purpose. It was a declaration that the era of weakness is over, and a new era of Chinese strength has definitively begun. For the world, the parade carried a more complex and dual message. On one hand, President Xi's speech spoke of peace, cooperation, a shared future for mankind. This is the face China wants to present, a responsible global leader, a force for stability. On the other hand, the hypersonic missiles, stealth fighters, robotic weapons told a different story. This was a message of deterrence and hard power. It was a warning to the United States and its allies